back to Raise to Obey,
Episode 24.
There you go.
I wrote it down.
Hi, Jennifer here.
Here's Yvonne.
She was talking to the beginning.
I was speaking.
Yes. Yeah. So welcome back. And today, well, we're still on to the same day.
Right.
Just the next episode, because we try to record some 2 or 3.
I'm gonna try to record 2 at a time.
3.
We haven't done 3 in a long time.
I don't know if I think we even managed that like one time maybe.
Yeah.
And then one time, we'd get to the middle of one and then no video, and then it's like what? And
technical problems at the beginning.
The one time where it hailed.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah. So anyways, we are back today, and like always, thinking about what we would like to talk about today. And today is going to be like sorry. Today we are going to talk.
She's still trying to calm down. She was having a tantrum.
Yes,
throwing
tissues because I was working myself up because of what we were talking about, which ties into what we thought was love.
Exactly.
So, let's say confusing control with love, earning love through compliance, and how healing changes relationships.
Right.
Yeah. I don't want to.
I
always go first.
So,
no, I'm just joking. I don't care.
I can answer that. But the first question I can answer very easily. What I thought was love.
Confusing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
What I thought was love growing up and into adulthood, I thought was sex.
Yeah. Okay.
Confusing control with love, yeah, because I was raised by a narcissistic mother. So any and all relationships that I had up until my husband now were all in some form narcissistic, because that's what I always look for. They say you look for a relationship in like what your father was. Well, for me that wasn't true. It was always in what my mother was.
I've heard that it's like
the narcissistic
you get into a relationship to what your body feels it's like comfortable, that's used to being a narcissist,
right,
somebody being in control, somebody talking down to you, and that's what you feel,
right,
and so that's what your body's used to, that's what your brain's used to, so like you get into some really shitty relationships, like sorry, go ahead.
That's all right. So for me, like I said, up until I met my husband now, every relationship was with a narcissistic person, and their narcissisticality, is that even a word, ranged from very mild to full blown, where with my ex being full blown narcissist, just like my mom was. But there was always some kind of control over me as a person, and a lot of times in the relationship, my answer when there was a conflict was to have sex, because that was like what my mind thought was love. You know what I mean? Like that's how you made everything better. You know what I mean? I now know differently, right? But then, and especially as a young adult, I didn't know any different. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because we were just talking about like being the cheater and the Cheeto.
Right. That's Jennifer's new word.
We were trying to figure out, like, so you if you're a cheater, right, like you're the cheater, but what is the person who you cheat with? And I was like, it's a Cheeto.
It's a Cheeto.
So that's what we're calling it. It's the Cheeto.
You're a Cheeto.
And like,
cheat
so
with somebody.
You were saying about somebody that that like this person cheated on their wife with this person,
right?
And then
that would be the Cheeto.
The Cheeto, and then the cheater.
The Cheeto got cheated on
from the
by the cheater.
Yeah.
With another Cheeto.
But and then you're like, well, could have seen that coming. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because he did it with her.
Right.
Well,
so why didn't she expect it with somebody else?
What's to say that he won't do it again?
Right.
And like this pattern of 5 years, and then he gets restless or
whatever.
Restless dick syndrome. I don't know.
I don't know.
And that brought me to somebody. This was Corona time, 2021.
Mm-hmm.
It had to have been like 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Where I met this person. Asked him several times if he was married, and he said no.
Mm-hmm.
And then, come to find out that he is. Mm-hmm. Makes me out to be the bad person. Like, I'm the Cheeto.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, no. Because that's my thought. Why would I get with somebody who's cheating on their spouse? Mm-hmm. Because once a cheater, always a cheater. Right. I mean, that's what they say. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to say that's also every case, but that is the majority. Right. And say you get together with this person and 5 years down the road and they cheat on you. Mm-hmm. That's on me because I knew. Right. What you were talking about, a lemon and an orange, but if you knew where you're getting a lemon.
Right. If you bought a lemon, you knew you bought a lemon, and you can't expect it to be an orange.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? Like you can't go home and be like, oh, this is sour. Yeah, you bought a lemon, like lemons are sour. Like, why would you expect it to be sweet? It's not an orange.
Well, it doesn't matter. I like the analogy there, but so years later, this dude fucking won't give up. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he left his wife now, right?
Yeah. So, but what does he think? Does he really think in a fucking twisted world that I would ever even acknowledge? Like, there would never, hell would freeze over 500 times. I still fucking wouldn't get together with him because it's like an inevitable. For me.
Well, not only that, but like you said before we started recording, what it feels like to be cheated on.
Also, right? I'm never going to be the Cheeto ever because I'm never going to break up somebody's relationship. And if you're going to justify it being like, well, he's not happy, then let him leave his wife, his spouse, or his partner.
Right. Let him
this person is not available because they are with somebody. Right. If they can't tell their specific other, not specific, significant other that they don't like them, they don't love them, they're having problems, that's on them too, right. Mm-hmm. But this person is not free. This person is not available. They are in a relationship, and the mm-hmm. person who they are in a relationship with thinks that everything is chill and everything is good. Right. And maybe even if they don't, it does not give you the right as a cheat to be a Cheeto. Mm-hmm. It doesn't give you the right to go and have sex with this person. Right. And from anything else of the above, why would I want to be the Cheeto? Why do I want to be the side chick? I ain't a side chick. I'm mm-hmm. a main chick. That's it. Right. Why do I want to be the side fucking piece of chicken? Like, I don't want to be a Cheeto. I don't. Never.
I'm a Dorito, damn it.
Fuck yeah, because I love Doritos. I know Cheeto, I'm a Dorito. I hope anybody who's listening to this thinks this as funny as we do with Cheeto and Dorito. Right. Then be like, I want to be a Frito and a Tostito. Okay. Anyway, yeah, like I'm never. Yeah, no. Also, I have morals, I have standards, right. and I have values. Mm-hmm. And morally speaking, being a Cheeto it's
yeah. No, definitely.
You know how many women out there are, that he keeps telling me he's gotta leave her for me? Girl, you are delusional as fuck because he ain't ever doing that.
Yeah, definitely.
And if he does, you're gonna get cheated on.
Exactly.
With somebody else who's gonna be a Cheeto.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I'm saying, this is a majority. I'm sure there's instances where this is,
yeah, klar.
It is true love. But still, it's not right. It's not right to break up a marriage or a relationship because you're selfish and like there ain't other people out there for you.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
I mean, how many people are there in the world right now?
There's that many people in the world, but how many people are in the world? In 80 billion people, whatever, 80 million, 800 million, whatever it is, 80 billion, I think, isn't it?
I don't know. It's a lot.
How many of those are actually available? Because you got kids, you got older people, you know what I mean? So you're gonna have to scale that down to like,
yeah,
how many people are actually available to, because I'm not gonna go out with somebody who's 80 years old, you know what I mean? Like, right. They're gonna have to be
not even paying $1 million.
No, thank you. For like sugar daddy. I'm also too old to be a sugar to have one. You know what I mean? Because they're going after the 20-year-olds instead. But anyways, so if this would have happened though, even let's say 5 years ago, I probably maybe would have been like, because you don't want a boyfriend. You don't want to be alone. You want to have somebody on your side. You want to give second chance. You know what I mean? Hell to the fucking no, never. Right. Like I say, I have healed enough and to know that I deserve anything better than that. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. You also have to know to yourself that you deserve more than being a Cheeto. Yeah. Yeah. Like I'm not gonna.
Mean, I think a big part of healing from what we thought was love is also learning to love yourself and learning to be comfortable with yourself.
And knowing that, like, you have.
And knowing you are worth.
Yes.
Whatever it is that you want,
You're worth somebody not cheating on you.
Definitely.
You're worth somebody not lying to you. You're worth not somebody making you out to be the bad person when they're the one who's the bad person. Right. No, And now you want to make things right? You can fuck the fuck off. Yeah. Seriously. Yeah. Sorry, but now you want to make things right so you can feel better about yourself so you can go to sleep at night? Yeah. Shit. Sorry. And that's why I started getting bad, and there's a thing of tissues, and I was like, and now I'm like, oh, now I riled myself up. Go get your baseball bat, like, let's go. We're on a mission. We're fucking,
Where does he live?
Yeah. I don't even know, and I don't care, and I don't want to know. So, like, and this is also going into something of manifestation of when you say, oh, there's not a lot of men in the world. There's not good men in there, there are. Right. It's just that, oh, it's so difficult to find them. If you keep saying that and you keep and that in your mindset, right, you're only gonna run into dumbass motherfuckers. Like I am very there is somebody out there for me. There is somebody who's going to
I mean, it is
who's going to be the partner that I need them to be for me. Right. You know what I mean? He's gonna, I don't say he has to be spiritual, but he's going to be, I don't want to have to raise a kid. I don't want to have to teach somebody how to be a fucking human being, a decent human being. I don't want to have to teach you. If you're like old enough and you're, 35, 40, 45, even like the age gap here, I don't know, I've met people who are 27 who have more maturity than men who are 45. Right. Like moral, like decency, maturity. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't want to be with a person who I have to teach. I don't have to teach them how to be a decent human being. Yeah, I get it. Why can't you're 42 years old, you should know that, you know what I mean? You should know. I don't want to have to teach you how to be a man. I don't know, okay, that's not what I'm trying to say. They're a man, of course, right, but like I don't want to. What who was that famous person? Her name is not in my head. She was like, she was saying she doesn't want to have to tell her husband he should buy her flowers. I don't want to have to tell him, like, there are men out there who will, and then you have other men who will be like, yeah, that's fucking, what's the other word I'm looking for? A sup, a sit, I can't remember. Like basically saying they're fucking pussies if they watch their own kid. I should not have to ask, or you should not have to ask your husband or the father, if you're together with them, to watch their kid.
Right.
Babysit. No, dude, that's your kid.
Right.
I'm not reading I didn't make this kid by myself. I should not have to ask you to watch your kids so I can go out for an hour and have something for myself.
Right, some me time or whatever.
Exactly. Like, I don't want to have to tell you that I occasionally like a bouquet of flowers or a single rose. I don't want to have to tell you that I fucking love gummy bears. And if you brought me a package of gummy bears, I would fucking, we'd be humping. You know what I mean? You know, like, it's those little things that if you listen and recognize that I mean, I don't know if I've said this before in podcasts, everybody has a love language.
Right.
And mine is like, paying close attention to these small details of like, you're at the grocery store and you pass by the gummy bear aisle and you're like, oh, I know she likes gummy bears. I'm going to bring her a package. Right. Dude, I would be like, I'd be dropping my pants ready to go. You know what but like, because first of all, they listened.
Right.
They thought about you. They brought it. And that's what women like. For me, I'm not saying all women, but that's what I like.
Well, it's nice, I think, when your partner thinks about the little things, like you say, you know.
And then it's not
like I'm not a big chocolate person, but I like white chocolate, and my husband knows that, and so he'll bring me every once in a while something with white chocolate,
and that's
and I'll be like, ooh, white chocolate, you know.
And that's also like, okay, because it's not an everyday thing. It's like every once in a while. Because of course, if you do it all the time, it's not going to be
he'll bring me flowers every once in a while, and I'll be like, oh, those are so pretty. What are those for? And he'll be like, because I love you. And
exactly.
Like, oh.
and you're like, ah, and you drop on your pants.
No pants dropping. Don't even try to bring me flowers today, babe.
Yeah.
He'd be like, oh, I'm going to buy flowers on the way home. Jennifer just
He's going to buy you flowers and some white chocolate.
And white chocolate. Maybe then. No.
But like, it's that's something like when I know somebody likes, something.
Right.
And you're there. It's not like you go out and look for it.
I bought you a bag of gummy bears in the hospital. I didn't get nothing. No, just kidding.
Should I have dropped my pants? You want? I could drop my pants with my pee bag and shit, walking around with my fucking pee in a bag.
I forgot about that.
Because I had a catheter in my surgery. And we went for a walk, and of course, I have this pee bag, and I carried it around with me, and this thing was fucking heavy. It was, though, and it was heavy. And I felt weird, because I was walking around with fucking piss in my hand in a bag. It was just like, but, I wasn't going to stay cooped up in my hospital room, but yeah, that was funny. But yeah, girl, I know, I was like, hey.
I know you.
I opened them right away, sorry.
Like...
But everybody has a love language. So if you know that about your partner, and that's paying attention,
right?
The same, your partner likes touch, cuddle time. They like a praise. Oh my gosh, babe, that was awesome. You're so awesome. You did. Some people.
I think it's important too not to forget to
compromise.
No.
Oh, okay.
Compliment
Yeah.
your partner. Not only the man to the woman,
the woman to the man,
the woman to the man too, or woman, man, whatever your relationship is, right? Because I know, I've seen in other relationships, the man or the woman will compliment somebody else, oh, you look really good, or your hair looks nice, or, whatever. But to their own spouse, there's like nothing, And after a while, you start to realize, wait a minute, why are the compliments going outside and I'm not getting anything here, And then when somebody starts to compliment you, again, it's the attention thing. No, there's negative attention, there's positive attention. Well, this is, of course, a way of positive attention, So you need to, in my opinion, not forget to compliment your spouse. And it doesn't matter if, oh, you look really good today, or you smell nice, or, when they
Oh, I
buy,
like that shirt on you. It really brings out your eyes.
yeah, exactly. Something like that,
Men love compliments too.
Men love compliments too.
It's not just that men have to give their women a compliment. I love, like,
Every time my husband says I look nice, and I'm like, really? I didn't do anything, Like, okay, you say so.
So
I look good today.
Another thing about compliments is a lot of people don't know how to take compliments. It's weird.
Right. They can just say thank you and go on.
And what oh really? Oh, what could, like you? Oh really? I didn't even really do anything today. And instead of being like that's a negative to a positive, saying, oh, thank you, and moving on. You know what I mean? And how you're gonna dwell on it, and that was also, it's also something that I've had to have learned when somebody gives you a compliment to take it.
Right.
And just say thank you and move on, It's not like I mean, I guess maybe you can, later on before you go to bed, you're like, oh, that person told me that they liked my shirt today. That was really nice. If you give a stranger a compliment, you know how that fucking changes their day? Just some random stranger. Oh my God, I really like those shoes. They're going to be beaming the rest of the day.
Yeah.
And they're going to go to bed.
I mean, that's just anytime you pay a little bit of attention to someone, like at work, we scan the customer card and you automatically see their name, and every once in a while, if it's a customer and they're buying like a little bit more, it's not just a coffee or whatever, I'd be like, oh, Mrs. So-and-so, is there anything else I can help you with today? And they're like, oh, wow, like, how'd you know my name? Like, I scanned your card. Oh yeah, oh thank you, like it's just like, it goes from question mark to, oh wow, I mean, you see, it's a little thing, but it has a big positive effect,
impact. Yeah.
I think we need a lot more of that in this world.
One of my New Year's resolutions was to, and this was a couple years ago, to just compliment strangers.
Okay.
You know how hard that is, just to tell a random stranger that you like, because first of all, a lot of people don't know how to take compliments. Second of all, they're like,
what?
Like, yeah, exactly.
Especially here in Germany too.
Well, don't try to do that in Mannheim, because you probably get punched, because you're like, what? I just complimented you. Douche. What? What do you? What? And then like maybe 5 seconds later, like, wait a minute, did you just compliment me? No, like you try. If you try to give, even if you try, this was my experience in Mannheim. Like even if you try to give somebody something for free, sure, I tried to ask for directions to the police station in Mannheim.
No.
Nobody stopped except for one person, and they're like, I don't even live here, but I think it's that way. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm just looking for the police station. Please help me. Like, what? You don't even have to talk. You don't have to point. But anyways, yeah. Like, I did not fulfill my New Year's resolution that year because I had to also go out of my comfort zone and just go to a complete stranger. I mean, it's not that you have to go up to somebody. You can do it at the grocery store on the passing or something like that. But yeah, it's a little bit more easier at at the place we used to work. You can be like, oh my gosh, or something like. I said that to one of the. I'm like, oh my gosh, I like your outfit, but you wear short. It was a winter. I'm like, aren't you cold? She had shorts and a sports bra on because I couldn't do that in the winter. I'd be freezing, even if I was working out, because I don't really sweat. And she's like, no, not at all. And since I talked to her, since that day, she was like the sweetest person to me. And it took like that breaking of some sort of ice, I guess, maybe. I don't know. She was young, So I know you know who she is. I'm not going to say anything now, but I'll tell you later who it was. So super young, maybe like 21, really pretty, blonde hair, could tell she worked out and everything. And she get a lot of hate because of the way she looked.
Right.
I bet she's, conceited or something. And I'm like, she's so nice. She's like really nice. She's just shy, maybe, I don't know. Because I say, like, since I said that to her, And she, every time she saw me, be like, hi. I'd
Well,
be like,
I mean,
hi.
it could be like a self defense mechanism, where you're getting like the side eye and stuff from other people, and you just be like, build a wall, and like don't look at anybody, don't make any conversation because you want to protect yourself because people are giving you the side eye.
Yeah, and you're just out there
and you think
existing.
yeah,
Like, why can't I? Why I'm just
exactly.
existing, going grocery shopping or what the fuck ever. You know,
Right.
I'm working out.
Right.
And you're side eyeing me and being jealous because you still don't know what that person does. You don't know where that person's journey
Right.
has started. Maybe she was 30 pounds heavier than she is now.
Yeah, you never
Maybe
know.
she, you know,
Mm-hmm.
they don't know my story. They see
Right.
me now.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know my story after my pregnancy, my and losing weight and all of that. And nobody knows your story.
People see me now and they're like, "Oh my god," and I'm like, "Yeah, I know," but they don't know. I have hormone issues. I've had back problems. I had back surgery. I'm still not back to working out the way that I was. Right? All they see is that I've gained a lot of weight. And I'm like,
I mean, it goes the other way too. Just not just that, but like that's something
I
that
don't
I've
let
had.
it bother me. I'm like,
It's just something that I've also like. I don't think gonna get jealous somebody because I don't know their story. I don't know where they came from. I don't know how they started. If they're a fucking millionaire, maybe they started out, like Anastasia on TikTok.
Right.
She's homeless. She's fucking millionaire now.
Mm-hmm.
She got a business. She fucking went after what she wanted.
Right.
And now she gets hate, but not everybody knows her story from like where she was homeless in Sweden to what she's doing now. Mm-hmm. And then you get the hate from people. Yeah. But you don't know somebody's story. Yeah. Yeah. That's what's like that's what I try to be like. I'm like, I don't know their story. I don't know why it's hard for this person to lose weight. I don't know why this person.
I thought about that. So I saw one of her videos, and it was where she was talking about like I guess she had been somewhere and she was getting a lot of side eye and a lot of like hate comments or whatever, and she was like, every time you do that, all I hear is cha-ching, because when you say something bad about me or you speak hate, you speak my name in hate, it comes back to me in money. And I was like, yeah, that's the right attitude to have, like, so when I did the egg cleanse the other day, right? Like, I was like, yeah, I'm going to send this back to you, return to sender, and it's going to come back to me in the form of blessings and money,
Yeah. Yeah. That's, so talking about like, because I know we kind of just went on how that always is with us.
Squirrel.
Well, we started getting I mean, this ties into what we thought was love. That's being cheated on. I don't know. What's a confusing control with love? Like people want to control you.
That was like when I think about like how you told me like how it went down. Like when you first found out, right? You told me you were pregnant when you found out and you were really upset about it. And his reaction was to control you and tell you you need to calm down because you were pregnant.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? So there was control there too.
So he didn't,
but it wasn't like,
he didn't acknowledge that it happened. He didn't say sorry.
Right.
It was redirect the
right.
You're overreacting. Calm down. You're pregnant. Oh yeah, that's right. He's right. Yeah. So I listened and I calmed down. I mean, do you think we ever talked about that?
No.
That was long forgotten. Because if I had brought it up, it'd be like, no, it's too much stress. You're pregnant. Right. You know what I mean? So yeah, or what we were talking about, where I said when men cheat, they grade down, and when women cheat, they get grade up. Right. I have like we were talking about some of the famous people who got cheated on. I'm like, what the fuck? Like Shakira. Right. I'm like, dude, and then you see like when you see what's his name from Coldplay?
The singer, the lead singer.
And he cheated on Gwyneth Paltrow, weren't they together? And he cheated on her. And you're like, you look at the babysitter and you're like, okay. You know what I mean? Like, and then of course we're going to go back to looks it's not about the looks. Right. But like, that's why I'm just like, yeah, like what, like you're gonna cheat on me, okay, but like then you look at the person and you're like, damn, that's a scraggly ass bitch going that way. Like, what the fuck? Like, ghetto ass hoe. Then you're just like, then it makes you even feel worse. It makes you feel like you're like, what the fuck? What's wrong with me? You know what I mean? Right. And I don't even think, yeah, like when men cheat, I don't really have to do with looks. It's like when men cheat, it's about so I've heard, um, they're getting this attention
right
from this other person that they feel they're not getting from you, right. Like the admiration and
right
and that giddy feeling again of being a teenager in love and all that, like
I think a lot of it is just like the like you said, like the attention, attention, admiration, um and instead of the cheater going to the spouse or partner and talking with them about this and saying, hey, look, I'm feeling neglected, or they just go out and cheat, which I think is pretty shitty.
I don't even also think it is always the fact that they're feeling neglected. Some let me say some men just cheat. I don't know. They can have a really great life at home, sex life and everything. Because I've heard that. Am I the asshole? When people write into Reddit. One of our ladies, she was like, we had a great sex life. I thought we were happy. Like there was nothing that indicates that, not, and he, cheated on her. Oh yeah. I mean, like, where that lady walked in and she found her husband and her sister naked in the kitchen.
Right.
Could you imagine being the Cheeto? And the Cheeto is the sister?
No.
That would just break my fucking world, dude. Like, unless because you're really close to your sister. Like, this person was supposed to be really close to their sister, but still, like,
right.
I guess that's the motto: keep it in the family.
I was gonna say maybe they were so close. The sister knew what he liked, so
But yeah, it's not in I'm just saying, like with my ex, it wasn't like just one time, it was more times. It was more like of him having relations if it wasn't really like necessarily sex, but like getting going out and trying to get the attention from other women, and then checking his phone because you have that, like what a lot of say women have, the intuition, the
like a sixth sense that says something's not right,
something's weird, something not right. And like picking up the phone, doing that a couple times to where the technology got better and better and better to where you couldn't even get in the phone anymore because you needed the face or the fingerprint. You're waiting till they
wait until he's sleeping and be like with the phone.
I'm gonna get a knife and fucking chop off the hand, fucking finger, beep, and like no, but like
it's
like,
pretty shitty now. Some phones have a retina scare, and you'd be like, I have to open the eye while they're sleeping.
Yeah, but that's something like I don't ever want to be in a relationship that.
No, I wouldn't.
I would
not either. I mean, I know my husband and I, we say all the time, and I've never checked his phone. I mean, we both have access to our phones. Like he has Face ID to my phone, and I have Face ID to his phone. So if like we're sitting here somewhere and be like, oh, what is blah blah blah, and it doesn't matter whose phone it is, we can unlock it and look in Google or whatever. But we both say, I don't have nothing to hide. You can look at my phone whenever you want. Me as well as him.
Yeah.
And our answers are both always like, yeah, I trust you. I don't need to. But I think it's nice knowing that if I wanted to, or if, for whatever reason, I had some kind of weird feeling. I mean, I would ask him directly anyways, but if it just happened that, like I was sitting here and like sometimes we'll sit here for breakfast, like we eat breakfast. We'll sit here in the morning drinking our coffee and his phone will go off or my phone will go off and you see the message right away. But neither one of us are like,
who's writing you?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if it's in the morning.
Who the fuck is Bestie, huh?
If it's in the morning, we're drinking coffee, he knows who the fuck it is, Sometimes we'll still be in bed drinking coffee and I'll be like, And he'd be like, Jennifer sent you a voice message already?
I told you about my dream. Sometimes I do because I'm like, I have to tell you about my dream. You were in it with the baseball bat. Yeah, but like,
see,
so
I go visit you in your dreams.
Yes. But throughout the times where I was 6 months pregnant to where my daughter was 4, that's what I encountered those years. Of him cheating.
Right.
And every time accepting it and never talking about it. To one day going, I mean, as like says, I remember the exact day where I was like, nope, I'm not. This is done. I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. And I don't want to have to always be checking his phone. I don't want to always have to be questioning him when he goes out. Where are you going? Are you really going out with your boys? Are you really going on fucking motorcycle? Are you know what I mean?
Right.
I don't want to fucking, so every time he goes out, I'm going to have an anxiety attack and lay there in bed and wait till, 3:00 in the morning till he comes home.
Right.
Because he went out, whatever,
Right.
I want to be able to trust somebody. And
to interrupt you, like, was it a couple weeks ago? I can't remember when it was. When my husband was gone, and you were like, "Where is he?" And I was like, "I don't know."
It was like,
she was like, "What do you mean you don't know?"
like, it's not like I need his location, but like, my ex would also go like on montage, or like he'd be gone for like a week, and I knew like where he was and what hotel he was in. But at this time, the smart phones weren't. I think we had the flip phones or something.
Right.
So if something happens, you can call the hotel or something. But that was a different time. But yeah, you're like, I don't know, somewhere in.
I was like, I think he's in the Black Forest.
Yeah, somewhere in the Black Forest, which he was. But like, yeah, you're just like, yeah, I don't know, he's gone for a couple days.
I don't know, he's gone. And I was like, I don't care. He always comes home. So when I told him that, he thought that was funny.
Yeah.
So I think like a week or two later, he was going somewhere again. I was like, "Where are you going?" Like, because if Jennifer asked me, I'm gonna have to answer, man. Like, I don't really care, but
I'm gonna keep asking too.
But I couldn't tell you like what hotel he stays. I mean, I know he has like certain hotels he stays in, like when he travels. But I couldn't swear to you. Like, and sometimes he's not in the Black Forest. Sometimes he's in Switzerland, or sometimes he's in where the fuck else does he go? Saarland, I think, or like Pirmesens and stuff like that. Even though there he normally doesn't stay overnight. But yeah, I thought that was so funny the day that you said that. Like, what do you mean you don't know where he is?
Like, what? Like, I mean, I'm not like well, that's like nowadays. Like my daughter and her boyfriend, and they share their location. I think people who freak the fuck out, they share your location. Right. I was like, dude, no. If you don't trust them enough to know, because there's no way in hell I'm going to share my location with my significant other or my partner. If they're going to trust me, then that's on them.
Right.
Like, if you don't trust me to tell you that I'm going with who the fuck ever to Darmstadt because we going shopping. Right. I'm not giving you my location. I mean, maybe that's just the generation I grew up in, because the generation now, because they only know smartphones.
Yeah, they only know that.
They only know, like, everybody shares their location.
Right.
On one side, I think, okay, cool, On the other side, I'm like, dude, that's just so weird. Like, nah. Like, my daughter, Mom, you need to download this app. I need you to know. Okay, I'm like, no, no. If I tell you where I'm going, that's where I'm going. Right. Like, where are you going? To Yvonne's house. Are you really going? Where else am I going? But like, no. And then if that person happens to stop at the fucking grocery store on their way home, I don't know, and you're like, where were you at this time? You weren't, there's also instances where
there are some instances I see where it's good. Like, last week, I think, in one of the motorcycle groups I'm on Facebook, a lady posted, her husband had been on a motorcycle trip and was on his way home, and she had the app open, and she was able to track him to a certain place, and then from there she didn't have any more information. So what happened was he had an accident, and apparently his phone was, whatever. And he passed away sadly. They found him like
Oh.
I think like 4 days later, um and it looked like the motorcycle was burned, and so I assume that's why the app wasn't sending anymore. But I mean, like, but they were like close, they knew like where to, because she had like the last known
Yeah.
coordinates where he was. So I mean, I can see in that situation, like you're going on a road trip by yourself, or
But they can actually do that. Check your phone. You know, like the location.
yeah, but it's not that easy here in Germany. You have to get a fucking like a warrant from a judge, and before the police can't just like start tracking your phone like they show you on TV. It's very complicated
But
here.
yeah, I mean,
But
usually
you know
there's
what I
gonna
mean?
be
I mean, there are going to be situations, I think, where it's warranted, but like for every day, like,
But if you're giving somebody your location because they want to know where the fuck you are every minute, every day,
yeah,
as
no.
opposed to my
Mm-mm.
location because it's
Right.
that's two different 6 7. No, that's two
Yeah, I
different
mean,
things.
you can't even, if that's okay. Like, so this one friend of ours just had a birthday, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when we were there, so we went to his house to
Give him his present.
to give him his present, and say happy birthday and whatnot. And so when we were there, his wife was telling him that we had been having like private conversations on WhatsApp, and she was like, yeah, like so many times, like I would write her, or my husband would write her, and she'd be like, "Oh, it's my friend so and so," and she'd walk away, and be like, and it was actually us, because she didn't want him to, because it was supposed to be a surprise, right? Because he turned 60, so it's a big deal, right? And I was like, yeah, one time we actually like, I called her and my husband was here, so it was like on speakerphone, and I was like, "Can you talk? Is he there?" And she was like, "No, no, everything's good. I'm in the kitchen," So I mean, if you have somebody that like doesn't trust you, you can't even fucking give them a big birthday surprise, because who is that? Who texted you? Who you talking to? I mean, so yeah, but yeah, I'm with you as far as you either trust me or you don't, and if you don't trust me, then yeah, we shouldn't be together. You know.
But then, I mean, that's also up to the people in the relationship if you want to disclose your location or not.
Yeah,
If,
definitely.
if
Yeah,
you,
but I mean, if I tell you, like when we went to Darmstadt, right? I told my husband we were going to Darmstadt. I told him we were going to Siena. Um, that's all they said. He asked what Siena was. I told him, he forgot, and he didn't. He was like, "Where were you again?" I was like, "Siena." Oh yeah, okay. And yeah, I mean, like, so we were together, right? Like, how many times did you see that he sent me a message? Where are you? What are you doing?
yeah,
It doesn't work that way with us. I tell him I'm going here. I'm with Jennifer, whatever. And for me, telling him where I'm going is just in case something does happen, because you never know, right? Then he knows like where to look. You know what I mean? Yeah, because you never know. You're on the autobahn, whatever. There's fucking stupid drivers out there.
yeah.
Not everything is in our control, I have learned.
Mm-hmm. Very good. I like that. um, but then we could also compare to how healing changes relationships.
Yeah.
So going to the fact that I've healed enough to know what healthy and what's not,
Right.
and not, you know, to just to be in a relationship at all costs of ignoring red flags. That's
Right.
I don't know how many times where the red flags have been there from the beginning and you just ignore them
Mm-hmm.
because you're just like, yeah, that I can change him,
Yeah.
or he'll change
No.
because he was changed for me, because yeah, no, like
Mm-mm.
then I'm going back to, if you don't know how to behave as a grown-ass man,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean?
Right.
And
Right.
if you meet somebody, call somebody out on their red flag,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, and they get defensive,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
Then like for me it's like you're looking,
that's an even bigger red flag.
You're looking for somebody to control. You're looking
Right.
for somebody to comply to how, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ask me where this and that and you know like, but also you can't ex you can't what am I saying, like you can't, if you can't do the things that you're expecting of somebody else,
Mm-hmm.
you can't expect that from somebody else.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's also like from he now like I'm hey, I haven't been on a date in like 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had sex for 2 years because that's not where I'm not. I'm not there anymore. You know what I mean? I have evolved into. That's not what I'm looking for.
Right.
I don't just want sex. I'm not saying I don't miss it, but it's not what. That's not.
Right.
That's not what I want.
Mm-hmm.
I want a relationship, and I want to know that you are in it, for the win it, in it for the long, whatever,
Right, for the long haul.
You are, but, well, this is just in the beginning stages. I want to know that you're actually interested in getting to know me.
In having a relationship.
If that's not something you
not
want.
Not just a one night stand or not just sex or.
That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
If that's not something you want, let's get that open from the beginning. Then move on. I'm a big girl. Got my big girl panties on. That's all good.
Right.
I'm a grown ass woman. If that's not what you're looking for, that's cool. Go find that person who's gonna be that, give you what you want.
Right.
Because I'm also looking for that too.
Mm-hmm.
But I need to know that you are interested enough to getting to know me first, before we even have sex.
Right. Yeah.
And that's not if that's not what you want, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Go do your one night stand. Go do your
right.
Next. I'm looking for a relationship, really, and then have sex, and then you don't hear from him again. Mm-hmm. And I'm not just saying men do that too. Women do that too. Yeah, women do that too. This is both. This is on both sides.
Both ways.
I mean, from the analytics, we only get women who listen to us, except for
my husband.
Your husband. I'll know that it will show you the gender of like who's listening, and the majority or it says that the majority is women. So but this isn't just about men. Women do the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's women out there that don't want to have a relationship, or only want one night stands.
There's women out there who use men.
Yeah, of course.
Men out there who use women. So you got what's that one song from Lauryn Hill? Gotta watch out. Some guys around me about that thing. No? Okay.
No.
But she also says,
you heard the music that I normally listen to before we
yeah. No, but I'm not getting in against that music. I like that. It was fun. It was nice. It was funny.
It was like all operetta at the beginning.
Yeah, right? And then all of a sudden it's like dun, 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 dun. Yeah, you're like, what the fuck just happened? Like with this music all of a sudden, because you're like
her voice was so pretty. What happened?
And then she's like screaming all demonically in the microphone. No, I mean, so yeah, it's healing enough to know what you deserve.
Yeah.
And I deserve more than what I've had before in my past relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
And this is the question I get all the time. And this is the question that I really honestly hate the most. How come you're single? You look so, like, how can someone like you be single? Huh? Like, what is that for a question?
Yeah.
What, because I'm skinny? Because what? I have long hair? Because what? Because, you know what I mean? Like,
because you have tattoos.
Like, what does this mean? When they put their hands up, like, and I'm like, what does that mean? Mm-hmm. What?
Yeah.
And what, what is your answer to that? Because I haven't found
Because I have morals, because I have standards.
Because I stab people.
I'd be like, where do we start?
Well, no, it's like, because I haven't found the person.
Right.
Who.
That you're looking for.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Because.
Are you
I have standards.
This person?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah. That was a
I'm just asking. I mean, I don't know if I've told you that I manifested Uwe long before I met him, and I didn't know that I was manifested because I didn't even know about manifestation back then. But
yeah.
when people would ask me, like before I met my husband now, like because they knew that I was like with my ex, but we were separated. Um, and people would ask me, a couple of people asked me, um, what I wanted in a man, like, or what I wanted my next partner to be like. And I remember specifically saying he needed to be taller than me, tall enough that I could wear heels. Um, I mean, I'm not really tall, but I mean, I didn't want like, somebody a lot shorter than me because I'm not tall anyways. I remember saying he needed to be sporty or athletic like I am, like to run or like to play sports or like to be outdoors, like to be like in the forest. He need to be funny and have dry humor like me. Um, what else did I say? I remember saying he needed to like sex and like more than like once a week. Um,
Handyman? Anything
no,
like that?
I didn't know that. I didn't manifest. I remember manifesting he needed to love me for me. I remember saying that. Um, and appreciate me. And and I said that like 2 or 3 times because somebody asked me, and it was always a different person. Um, and sure, and when he came into my life, I um had to be told by one of my coworkers that he was even interested in me because I wasn't, because I had like, I was manifesting it, but at the same time I was saying, yeah, I'm probably end up having to like join a nun, whatever the fuck they call it, a cloister. Oh. Yeah, what do you call it in English? An abbey?
I don't fucking know, girl.
I don't know. Like, like never have sex again, or yeah, because
the nun cult.
Yeah, join a nun cult. I was pretty sure I was going to join a nun cult. So when he came into my life, I wasn't picking up on the signals because I was manifesting it, but at the same time, I was negative talking it. Like I'm never gonna find anybody. There's nobody for me. It's just not gonna happen. I just have to accept it. I've accepted. I was like, maybe I was supposed to be a lesbian and I don't know it. I mean, I was like, yeah. So when my coworker, my husband had been in the shop a couple of times, and my coworker said to me one day, she was like, Yvonne,
I can't sit
on don't you like realize how he looks at you? And I was like, how's he looking at me? And she was like, I don't even know how to say this in English. She said to me, himmelt dich an. Like, how would you say it in English?
Yeah. I don't know. He put you up in the heavens.
Up on a pedestal, maybe, But I was like, really? No. And she was like, yeah, every time he's here. And I was like, and it was so funny because
like this, like googly eyes.
And it was so funny because one of the time when he first came to the shop, and I offered him a cup of coffee, and I was like, how do you drink your coffee? And he said, blonde and sweet. And I was like, well, I have dark hair and I'm not sweet, so I'm out of the running, I was like, oh, I'm out of the running, so
I thought you said you had blonde hair when you met him.
I did, but then after a couple months, I went back to my natural color, Okay. So, and then when he started having coffee at my shop, I was like, oh well, blonde and sweet, I'm neither or.
I'm dark and bitter.
I'm, dark. My soul's black, but my soul's still black. But anyway.
Girl, black's that.
Black's a happy color.
Like Morticia, yeah.
It's a happy color.
Yes, it is. For some people.
It is for me.
Yes.
It's because it's all colors.
Yes.
Do you know that? Black is all colors?
Yes.
And white is no color.
That's true, because I ain't got no color. But white is the color. But even if you see, like, people say, like, white, we're not white, because white is this.
I know, white is this.
So we're like I don't know what,
I'm not white, but I need to go to the tanning salon again, dude.
No, wait a minute. Speaking of,
before we go on the motorcycle vacation, I need to go to the tanning salon because I'm not going to get any sun on the motorcycle.
But like even when manifesting, like you want to manifest, you gotta be specific as fuck. Like I mean, I'm saying you found, but like especially when if you're wanting to manifest like a partner, you know, you know, you can't be like, oh, he has to have a good job. Like you kind of going to go a little bit deeper as what
is a good job,
because a good job could be like, you know, he's out on the road all the time,
right,
but he makes good money, you know. You know, you got to be.
Well, I mean, a good job could also be like just paying the bills, just getting by.
You That's know what also, I mean? Yeah. Or you know, make enough that we can live comfortable. It's not like you're trying to, you know, be married into money, but you know that you don't you want it to kind of you want to kind of be like equal. You know, I know but both sides can, you know.
You both bring something to the table. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, you know, it'd be like if you know, meet them, you know, you don't kind of want to be with somebody who's unemployed. Or living in the parents' basement, let's say. You know? I mean, sometimes unemployment happens. I mean, look at me, you know. But just but also like, okay, instead of like, fuck it, I'm gonna stay unemployed. Let's go get another job. Yeah. I mean, like it's just like specific you need as fuck, you know. Yeah. And that's just like, you know, I definitely don't want somebody that smokes cigarettes. Right. You know. I don't like the smell. Like, you know, I don't feel can kiss in an ashtray. You know what I mean? Right. I stopped drinking. Yeah. It would be nice. I'm not going to say that a person can never have a drink in their whole life, but I don't need somebody who's going to drink every day. Right. Like come home after work and have a beer, you know, social drinking, maybe on the weekend, we're at a party, you know, out to dinner. Right. But it's not like there's always alcohol in the house because every time they come home from work, they need a beer and a glass of wine or a gin and tonic. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, yeah. I get it. Or go on 4-day binges of getting drunk as fuck because it's Kava. Like, seriously? Right. That's tradition. That's what we do. Yeah, whatever, dude. That's your. I mean, go ahead and do that. That's cool, but you're not. You know, I don't want to be with somebody. You know, right? Like that thinks that it's really okay to go on a 4-day drinking binge. Right. Like. Yeah. Yeah. No. Sorry. Yeah. I gotcha. But like, you know, like, those are like for me. Those are my standards. Yeah. I kind of also don't want somebody who has kids. Or if they do, they're old enough. They're older. Right. Like, I don't want to. I'm nothing against kids because I have my own. I love kids. You know, like babies. I'm gonna be a grandma someday. I just don't. I already did that. I done that. Right. I raised my 2 kids. I have a little bit of more like.
Well, yeah. I mean, you're at the stage where you have your freedom now. Exactly. You know, you don't have to be like, oh, it's got to be in bed at 8:00 or we need to find a babysitter or you can only see them every 14 days because they have kids every other weekend. And if you're just starting out, me personally, I don't want to meet your kids at the beginning stage because I want to make sure this might lead into something. First of all, you need to find out, are we compatible? Are we gonna and then as progresses. I mean, I know there's some people out there who don't do that for at least a year. And then you can only see that person every so often. Maybe 2 weeks out of the summer, you won't be able to see them at all because they have to. You know what I mean? It's nothing against kids. It's just that's also I've been in a relationship with somebody who had 2 younger kids than me, and that was like You also you're not they're not there at the priority. The kids are which is of course, and that's how it should be. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying I wasn't priority, but you kind of are. Yeah, you're not first on the list. Yeah. I want to be first on the list anyway. I really honestly think the person who's first on the list should be yourself because you cannot pour from an empty cup. Right. So if I'm good and I'm happy, I'm going to be able to do that for everybody else who's in my life. Yeah. So it may be building who might think that's selfish, but that's not. So of course, for me, myself, and I are the first. I need to fill my own cup. People. Ah, girl, you're funny. Girl, trying to be like. And then, of course, when my kids come into play. Yeah. My daughter might be almost 23 years old in August, but she still is on a priority for me. And of course, my daughter who's at home right now.
they don't need to be my priority as much as they were when they were younger.
Right.
But
yeah, I know what you mean. Like, I know, like with my husband and I, so we both have separate kids, right? And there's often been times when one of his kids, wants to come over for whatever reason, and I've not been here because I was at work, or I had class or whatever, you know. Yeah, but they're not coming to see me. They're coming to see their dad. You know what I mean? Or like if my son comes over, there's been times where my husband hasn't been here because he's at work. But like my husband says, it doesn't matter because your son's not coming to see me. Your son's coming to see you.
I mean, of course, it's
You know
nice
what I
when he's
mean?
there.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
not,
it's nice
yeah.
when we're both there, and we both get to see the kids regardless of whose it is. But it's not like, oh, you can't come over because Yvonne's not here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, they're happy when they get to see me too, but it's not like, oh, well, she's not gonna be there, I can't come. Like, well, okay, too bad, so sad, but yeah, so yeah, I think that's like you said, that your own kids are always going to be a priority at some point or at some time in your life. Either they have a birthday, or they need your help with something, they're moving, they're having their own kids, they're in the hospital, whatever, heaven forbid they had an accident, yeah, things like that, or some things are unforeseeable, but um yeah, I think that's something, and you have to be understanding, I think, that especially when you're in a family like this, where everybody has their own kids,
a patchwork family,
you have to be understanding that, hey, they have their own kids, and it could be that my husband calls and says, hey, I'm going to be late coming home because kid number 123 called and asked if I could help him with whatever, then,
okay.
that's
yeah,
all right.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I'm not going to be like, you know, you said you're going to be home at 6 and I have dinner ready now. It's not a big deal. Food can be warmed up,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm a big girl. I got big girl panties too. I can eat by myself,
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean?
But then also,
but I know
also,
some people that are not like that. They get really bitchy.
Oh yeah.
And be like, not we talked about this a few
Oh,
days ago.
uh-huh.
Why aren't you here to see your stepmother? Motherfucker, because of my stepmother. Like, this is not a priority for me.
Yeah.
And you should not be making this. I mean, I've never heard that my husband said to one of his children, Yvonne is your stepmother. She's in the hospital. Why aren't you here? She had back surgery. Why didn't you come see her? You'll never hear my husband say that, because my husband is like, these are not your kids. These are my kids. Even though I say his kids are, I see them like as my kids, but of course they're not my kids. I didn't bring them into this world, they have a mother, the same with my son, when my husband was in the hospital, my son did send me several texts, hey, tell, Uwe, hope the surgery goes well, how did it go? Tell him, get well soon. He didn't have to. That's not his dad. You know what I mean? And I don't expect that of him either. You know what I mean? So that's why I say, I know some people that, not just in our own relationships, I know other people, like my friend that's getting married on Saturday, right? Yeah. With her husband, they have a lot of problems because she has 2 young children. They still live at home, and there's often conflict because of the children, So I think there has to be a point where you say, hey, these are my kids, these are your kids, and not expect your kids to be doing what my kids are doing, because they're not my kids. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's just my 2 cents on that.
Yeah, I get that. Like, especially if you don't have a relationship with the stepmother or stepfather.
Right.
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, that was what, that was 2 days ago? Yeah, that was 2 days ago. So, yeah, we're at the over an hour mark. So, that was a good episode. We could touch a lot, go into a lot of. I mean, this is all from our experiences.
Right.
It's not like that for everybody.
No, it's not.
Everybody has their own experiences with relationships, what they think love is, but also maybe hearing this from what happened to us, knowing what is and what isn't love.
Right.
If you are in a controlling relationship or with a narcissist or somebody who needs to have control over you, where are you? What are you gonna do? Who are you gonna be with? What are you gonna wear?
Right.
You know,
and you're wearing that.
No, it's like, you're wearing that? I don't think so. You need to go change.
Exactly.
I'm like, excuse me, who the fuck are you to tell me what I get to wear? Because you ain't my father, and even then, my father, but
Right.
what? Yeah. I mean,
Spit it out.
It's just like, not like, even as a mother, you don't want your daughter to go out looking like a,
Yeah.
prostitute. But nowadays it's just kind of like the clothes, it seems to be as less clothes as possible, and it's only for women.
Right.
Halter tops, the backless, boobs hanging out. I mean, like I don't know. For me, I just
butt cheeks hanging out.
It's too revealing.
Yeah.
And it has regressed. It hasn't progressed. It's just regressed to, okay, crop tops. You're looking at your belly, to, okay, and now we got shorts going up the ass. You have halter tops where the back is cut out. Tits and that's never a reason for to be like, oh, what she was wearing is what why.
Right.
But like, it's still like, do we need to be really walking around like that though? I mean, this is my opinion. Go ahead and also do what you're gonna do.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Everybody each to his own.
We were in Heidelberg.
Show them butt cheeks if that's what you want to do.
We were in Heidelberg and there was a lady, she had on shorts, but her shorts were so short. I mean, you literally, if she would have just been walking around in like a G-string, a tanga, there wouldn't have been any difference. She had that much ass cheek sticking out.
And then if she were just to walk around in a bikini, it would be inappropriate.
I know. But I was like, why did you even bother putting on clothes? You know what I mean? I was like, because, and then also, like when she turned around, she had like, cut out to, I think she had like barely like her nipples covered. And I made the comment, well, I don't even need to sleep with her now because I've already seen everything,
Leave little bit something to the imagination.
There was nothing. She left nothing to the imagination. The only thing that I couldn't tell you is if she shaved or not between her legs. That's the only thing I couldn't tell you.
Well, you know what?
But other than that, I saw everything else.
If her shorts were that far up her butt cheeks, and if she hadn't shaved, her bush would be hanging out.
That's true.
So she probably had
so she probably did shave. So see, there leaves nothing to the imagination. Yeah, that's why I said I don't even need to sleep with her. And I said that as a woman.
Yeah.
What would a man say? And again, I'm not saying that that's ever an excuse. I never, ever, 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 ever think that it's an excuse. Oh, look at what she was wearing. Yeah. Or
you're not saying, it's not saying,
even if she would, like, if somebody
just
had
leaving
put,
something
if
to imagination,
had put like a rupee in her drink and she was laying there naked, it's still not an excuse. You know what I mean?
It's about something.
I'm just saying,
leaving something for the imagination.
Exactly.
Like, but
then too, don't walk around wearing shit like that and then not expect any comments. You know what I mean? Because people were making comments, and this woman in particular, people were making comments, and she was getting pissed the fuck off. And I was like, really?
And why do you think?
Why do you dress like that? Because people are gonna make comments.
But it's because
and it was positive as well as derogatory, and she was pissed off at both of them. And I was like, well, damn, girl.
I mean, in my opinion, if you really do dress like that to that extent, it's only to get attention. Did she look good? Was it like, oh, okay?
No, she needed an ABBA poster.
Okay, but the body?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, her body looked good. Until she turned around, I was like, damn. And then she turned around and I was like, damn.
Yeah, okay. Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to. I don't want to go into it um not be nice to people. Not everybody can be fucking.
Yeah, I mean, that's just. I mean, to each his own. But then, be prepared for
for comments.
For comments
as positive as
like
negative. Yeah.
I remember when I worked in the beauty industry. I mean, I like all black, and I mean, I wear a little bit more color now than I used to, and back then I used to wear just all black all the time. And a salesman walked in and asked me if somebody had had a funeral or if somebody had died. And my comment was, of course, I was really bitchy then, not that I'm bitchy now, and I was like, yeah, yours. But hey, I was prepared for the comments, and if somebody said you look good, I'd be like, thanks. And if somebody was like, somebody died, I'd be like, yeah, like
whose funeral? Whose funeral you're going to?
Whose funeral? And I'd be like, yours, But
yours in
yeah,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No. Exactly. So yeah, then
so we went off on a nice tangent there, but you get the gist of this episode today, we hope. As always, comment, like, follow. Social media will be in the description box. We appreciate any and all comments, and just like the last few episodes, if you can relate to this, let us know in the comments. We do share any and all comments anonymously, unless you're doing some kind of co-op with us. Yeah. Anything else to add?
No. Said it all.
I said it all.
Yes, you did.
In my big mouth.
So, catch you on the next episode. Bye-bye.
Bye.